Hello, YouTube. Me, John Avenger, once again. Welcome to another podcast. This is of Spacehunter, Adventure in the Forbidden Zone from 1983, I believe. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a while. And it takes place in the year 2136. Yeah, we won't make it to that year. And I'm doing this one. I'm not going to do Crawl right now because Crawl doesn't have anybody black. I'll do that eventually in the spring. Hey, Lil Sims, there you are. This movie's about 90 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 90 minutes. Because Crawl is over 2 hours. I didn't want to do a 2-hour movie today. Columbia Pictures, the same people that did Ghostbusters. Good score. And I do like this movie. I think it's very underrated from 1983. I mean, I like Ernie Hudson, the lead guy. Molly Ringwald, this is one of her early roles. Ivan Reitman produced this. May he rest in peace. Lamont Johnson directed this. Never heard of him, though. I think it's very underrated. It's one of those films that came out and it bombed because people probably thought it was a sequel to Flash Gordon or something. I really like this title. It's like Ice Pirates or Buckaroo Banzai. These movies were never to be taken seriously. They're fun sci-fi comedy acts, spectacles. Or Spaceballs. Peter Strauss, yeah, he's the main guy. There's Molly Ringwald, the redhead of the 80s. Ernie Hudson, yeah. Why did I do my Full House live commentary at midnight? Because I didn't want. I got mad when I missed it. It's fine. You can see it later. It was only 22 minutes anyway, Little Sims. Most of my friends at Michael Ironside's Overdog. Like I was saying, that podcast, I did it on a whim. I didn't want to wait till the daytime, and most of these guys work during the day, so I had to do it. Julie Weiss. Oh, well, no, she did the costume design. Because guys like Salvatore, Network 98, they can't show up in the morning or in the early afternoon. Some people have to work, Little Sims. It's called earning a living. I haven't done a sci-fi movie in a while. Last one I did was Starship Troopers. Ivan Reitman, I miss him a lot, man. And I ever did Galaxina, but that was hard to watch, mainly because, the poor lead didn't live very long, but she was beautiful. A screenplay by 4 people, yeah. Yep, Lamont Johnson. I wonder what else he's done. Let me look it up. He's an American actor, actually. He died in 2010, so he was an actor turned director. He directed a 70s movie called Lipstick. He lived a long life. He was 88. He had electric dino. Two Power Rangers and 2 Jurassic Park dino figures for the 30th anniversary. Good for you. There's the spacesuits. Yeah, I shut off the chat because I didn't want to be bothered, Little Sims. I put the chat on for almost every movie, but when I get tired of asking answering questions or seeing stupid comments. I just shut it off. 3 women. Mm-hmm. Also, it didn't help that this movie came out the same year as Return of the Jedi. There's the Mad Max rejects. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's Harold Ramis's voice. And then I miss you, man. That's him. That's his voice. Thanks for that, Harold Ramis. I miss you a lot, man. I was savage in my bringing on live commentary. I take no prisoners, Little Sims. You're either gonna like my channel or you're not. That's the way it is. I'm not holding back. People that hold back don't get a lot of views on YouTube. Look at my Scorpion King review, live commentary. No chat, and yet I got over 800 views. That's how you do it. You don't care what people are watching you. Why should I care what other people think when I'm like, I like doing what I do. I like showing my, oh, that's R2D2's sound effect. I will say this is a better movie than Solo and Rogue One because it's shorter. It's not 2 hours long. Hello, sexy legs. Something that these new Star Wars movies didn't give me. Because again, a panty shot is not a sexist thing. So kiss my ass, SJWs. Women can be sexy and not have to apologize for it. So suck it. If that was the case, then adult film stars would be out of work because then they couldn't. What are we going to see? Their faces? Mm. It's underrated. I think this movie deserves better. You called the use of the F word in your Bring It On thing. What are you talking about? I didn't say that. Stop trying to make women undesirable because you're going to fail, SJWs. I will get pleasure from a woman any way I see fit, as long as I'm not breaking the law. Got it? Good. If I want to lick my lips like this, if I want to go, or if I want to go, I could do that because nobody's restraining me. I'm not a prisoner, guys. Sexy shaved legs. That's so sexy. This is a PG movie, not an R-rated movie like Galaxina. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry that Kathleen Kennedy's so afraid of legs. 2031. That hasn't happened yet. That's 2031 is about 8 years from now. Yeah, that's in 8 years. I'll be in my 40s. And you're still going to be a kid, little Sims. Sorry. You'll be 22. Got to grow up a little bit, you know? Stop bringing stuff from the past like you're putting me on trial. You're too young to be on trial anyway. If I listened to every hater on the internet, I would never be on Facebook or YouTube in the first place. You got to move on. Stop living in the past. I know you're not a hater, little Sims, but like I said, you want to bring up things from the past. I'm like, I did that Bring It On review, live commentary like a month ago. It was a while back. And I only did it because I didn't do it last year or in 2021. Yeah, I know I'm not saying much. I'm just trying to see this movie again. It's been a while. And this is only a few years after the first three Star Trek movies. You know, the motion picture, Wrath of Khan, and I think like Sure Spock was just about to come out around this time. I didn't see Game Shakers. I don't care because they're kids. Now they're adults, but still, back in 2014 or whenever it came out, I didn't care. And Kel's annoying. Yeah! No, I don't want to hear it. Just shut up. He's annoying. He hasn't been funny since the Keenan and Kel show in the 90s. Now he's just a cartoon and everything and disappeared. Space pirates. They literally have a they literally have a they literally have a pirate ship on land instead of in the water. They're land pirates. Furiosa's going to look like this. Watch. It's mostly going to be on a desert planet, like Dune. hmm When you saw the crossover and Night, so you was hoping you liked Henry Danger. No, it's just I watched it because the Night Squad characters are in it. That's it. It's too kiddie for me, and the laugh track gets on my nerves. If it's not funny, I'm not going to laugh. You don't have to put a laugh every 5 seconds. Nothing is that funny. I know the feeling, sir. I'm a sci-fi nut. That's why I do a lot of science fiction movies in my podcast because that's my favorite genre. That's why I'm wait. I can't wait to see Ant-Man. No spoilers in any of my podcasts from now until Friday. I'm not doing one Friday just to avoid spoilers. So don't expect to see me on Facebook Friday. It's a good action scene. Oh yeah. You missed. Of course it's dark. They want to make every superhero thing dark at the end. Gotcha. That's awesome. It's a fun movie. Last time I saw it was on the cable a couple years ago. 'Cause I never saw this movie as a kid because a PG back in 1983 was much darker than you think it was. It didn't mean it was a kids movie, even if it was animated. It's like you can't whistle at a woman anymore. That's sexist. How is it sexist when I'm trying to give them attention? I know things have changed. It doesn't mean I've changed. I'm still heterosexual as much as ever. Hmm. That will never change. Ha! This music is really good. It's got some stunt work, no CGI. Take that, not Stormtrooper. This actor looks like Dash Rendar from Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. He looks just like him. This actor would have been perfect. Him or Jean Claude Van Damme in his prime. Because you have to get that rugged look to play a space marine, pirate or whatever. Yeah. If you don't know who Dash Rendar is, look him up. Chicken noodles. A goat. McNabb is the main villain, played by Michael Ironside. Yeah, they have chickens in the future, just walking around. Genres are action, adventure, and horror and sci-fi. hmm It hasn't been that cold this week. Like it hasn't snowed, and the coldest it was like 2 weeks ago. Was like 12 degrees. Oh, she was a machine. I forgot that she was a machine. I thought she was human. Like in Solo when they destroy L3, which I'm glad. I'm glad that robot was annoying. Oh, her skin's melting. So they took this idea in Halloween 3. Remember that the druid robots. Good effects, really good effects. Her face is caving in, like in Dead Heat when that girl like starts melting, her body starts melting. So you could make the effects not look like a bad video game, guys. But 20 minutes in, wow, that was quick. Avengers Endgame, I have to do it in the spring. A little sim. It's too long to do right now. I know Ant Man Quantumania takes place after that, but he only shows up at the very end in his Ant Man costume, so I can wait. It's 3 hours long. I can't do it on a DVD, but I don't have the DVD for it. I gotta wait. So, yep, there's sand everywhere. Whoops! No, another skeleton. There's a lot of skeletons in this movie. Yep, there's another one. Dead bodies everywhere. There's another one. People were obliterated. It took his vehicle. There she is, Molly Ringwald. Actually, she was only 16 when she did this movie. She was younger than Carrie Fisher was in Star Wars. Bone out. Wink, wink. What was your reaction when Henry Dinner got announced? I didn't really care because Dan Snyder, I was already done with him after Sam and Cat came out. You could tell she was young here. Give her some nibbles. Yeah. Never heard that one before. Wink, wink. Collector's item. I bet it is. I bet any prop from this movie is a collector's item since it's over 40 years old when they made it. This year's the 40th anniversary of this film. This and Return of the Jedi. So I still got my Return of the Jedi toys. Hmm. Hmm. It's a fun movie because in Crawl is 2 hours, and I don't know why it's that long. When I first discovered you on your old channel, I don't know you just like the internet and knowing that you still watch Nickelodeon shows. The most recent one I've been watching is The Really Loud House. There's no stupid laugh track. It's actually funny and has heart. There's the Empire, if you will. You saw they have hang gliders like the Ewoks. Hmm. Didn't iCarly have a laugh track? I don't know if it was a laugh track or a real crowd. Because True Jackson did not have a laugh track. It was filmed in front of a live studio audience. Yeah, I'm hyped for the Flash trailer. I'm all in. Exactly. Hmm. Let's hope the Flash is more like No Way Home. That you have all this nostalgia. Hmm. And it's gonna erase the history, the bad history of the DCU that we didn't need, like Man of Steel. It's retconning that. Good. Didn't care for Man of Steel. Cavill was just a boring, stoic Superman that I just didn't buy it. His face is too rugged to be a good, friendly-looking Superman. The smiles, because Christopher Reeve smiled, and so did Brandon Routh, and so did Tyler Hoechlin in the TV show. So yeah, a Superman doesn't always have to be in pain like he's constipated. No, show some emotion on your face. Yeah, he does. It's just you're underage. At the time, 16 was very underage for a girl. That's why around Ringwald, you don't see much of her in the film. And this is a movie where these aliens abduct women. Again, they would never do this today because people are like, oh, that is so sexist. Why should I apologize to him? I told you he's blocked. You don't mention him again, or I'm going to block you too. I'm not apologizing to him. If you go, I'm going to stop thing, I don't want you here. Period. I don't have time for that. Josh knows how to when to talk and when not to talk. And Evan as well. They have some respect. He was being a dick, and you know it. I'm not apologizing. I didn't do anything. I'm not the one writing emoticons and making stupid jokes when it's not funny. Period. They're not going to show it. No, they cut away. That music was in Ghostbusters. That yeah, that noise. Cold on a desert planet. How is it cold on a desert planet? It's supposed to be hot all the time. He's a strong man he has to bathe there. Take that. Yeah, bathe. This is what the hobo needed. Yep, shampoo. Yep, that's right. Manhandle that girl. Manhandle her, baby. If you reek, I don't want you near me. Here's a note for you, all you ladies out there. Groom yourselves and take a bath. Because if you don't do that, I don't want you near me. Trust me. Yes, I saw your message. You know when to talk and when not to talk. At least you use words and not freaking emoticons. I don't talk in ebonics, guys. That's right. Bathe, woman. Bathe. And don't blast me for this, YouTube. You know, some women have to be taught a lesson when they don't want to listen, when they want to be bratty and go, yeah. That's right. Bathe. Shower water, if it's clean, shower, please. I don't like BO on anybody, whether it's a man or a woman. She's so cute. She's like the Karen Gillian of the 80s. You're adorable. I hope I meet her at Comic-Con this year so she could sign my DVD. Again, she was a teenage girl back then. Even Karen was a teenage girl once. In like the 90s. because she's younger than me. And maybe I think the 2000s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Karen's a couple years younger than I am, so I'll say the 2000s. Yeah, he put that shampoo on her hair and like, you're gonna wash, or I don't want you with me. Because that's a weird thing in Star Wars. You hardly ever see people bathe. They do in Solo, but again, that was before A New Hope. It's good to take a bath. It cleans your body, and you don't reek of death. Run, 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 run. Sheesh. The villain takes a while to get into the movie. Overdog. There's Ernie Hudson, yeah. Winston Zeddemore from Ghostbusters 1 and 2 and 3. Plus, he's bald here. Washington. Old days, no. Ernie Hudson's old now. Back in 1983, was in his prime. He's a legend, man. The registry Ernie Hudson bald. He normally has hair in a movie. He was like the Samuel Jackson of the 80s and the early 90s. Look at that cutie. She has that Karen Goodin look face, you know. And red hair, which Josh loves red hair. Because I treat everybody at a Comic-Con like royalty, because I'm like, yeah, they're there for us, so treat them with respect when you meet them. Don't be a douche. I'm not. I treated Rachel Lee Cook like a queen, and Amy Jo Johnson. Because if they traveled miles to get to New York City to be with their fans, treat them right, man. Kindness goes a long way. But when people are being a dick in the inbox or chat, they don't know how I feel. Autistic people don't have, some of them, some don't know, they can't comprehend people's emotions. They have to see it like on our faces. You don't know how we feel on the inside. I've been through a lot this year so far. A lot. They can't see that on my face. Sorry. My gum ran out of flavor. You should change your YouTube name to Jonathan Avenger. Why? John is shorter. And I'm like, yeah, I rather, it sticks. People know me from that. We're 40 minutes in. Yeah, again, she's too young. Creatures. There's a lot of Star Wars in this movie. I watched the first Bad Santa. It was funny. The sequel wasn't as funny. I know a lot of people said that. That looks like a penis. Those statues look like a phallic symbol. Mm-hmm. Marcella Lucia is cute. I like her. She was in some of the Sharknado sequels and the George Lopez show, but she's not Spanish. She's Albanian. Yeah, Albanian descent, not Spanish. Hmm. Yep, bring up the gear. It's almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon where I live. Her worst role, I don't know. That role that I would say so. I was gonna say Waverly Place, but she's not the problem with that. Maybe that one episode of Pair of Kings that she was in. That she was like a troll or something. I forgot what she did in that episode. You saw they have space blankets that are like silver. Ugh, what is that? Ugh. Good makeup effects. Those are gross. Ugh. It looks like the basket case creature. Worst Disney Channel star actors. Well, you know which ones. Get out of there. Hey, look, it's Bobo from nothing but to do. What's it called? Nothing but trouble. Hmm. I can't move. They do look like Bobo and Little Devil. They have the same fat suits. I don't like Debbie Ryan. I don't like Selena Gomez. I'm not a fan of that kid that played Gus on Mighty Med. He was terrible. One of the worst actors I've ever seen. That's a cool looking matte painting. Yeah. I miss practical effects because nowadays everything looks like a freaking video game or a cutscene from like something, like a computer mobile game or something like that. Yeah, he comes 47 minutes into the movie, halfway through. Hmm. Oh, a woman does fulfill my needs. I need more of them in my life. Great makeup effects. I'm not a Bella Thorne fan either. Still a better villain than Snoke. Hey, oh! Why? Because he does some. The one with the undresser. Yeah, a line you will never hear in a movie now. Yeah, don't rip it off. Just slowly, 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 slowly. Don't worry, I'm not a misogynist, guys. This was 1983. This was a different time. Yep, yep. The Nether Agent. Yes. Let's face it. Yep. He sees her crotch area. He's like, yep. Yes. This Snoke is like, bring her to me, and then he doesn't do that. Kylo doesn't do that. Why? Because he's a dumbass. Here, the villain, yeah, he takes a while to come out, but at least he's in it more. He wants the women to breed. Again, that's why we're here. They float. Whoa. Didn't see that coming. Yeah, look, real water. And women are coming out of them. Oh yeah, that's hot. Again, suck it, Way of Water. You don't have real women. You have CGI. It's not the same thing. That was a heroic thing to do. And again, this is real water. This is not CGI motion capture. Hollywood made a movie based on Monte Carlo. I didn't see that because I heard it was like, eh. It's mostly for girls. It's not for me. It's got I think Leighton Meester in it, and the girl from Arrow. It came out in 2011. I skipped it. They were trying to make Selena Gomez a thing after she left the Disney Channel, but she just didn't succeed the way Miley did, or even Zendaya, who's done big blockbusters. Again, I like these effects better than Avatar. They look way better. They're actually on screen. Look at that thing. That looks awesome. If this was in the Way of Water, it'd be some CGI monster. Again, practical looks better. It does. That's great. Take that, creature. Well, that was fast. Still looks better than that CGI whale they have. It looks fake to me because it doesn't look real. Like it's just a land with a bunch of blue cats and aliens and creatures that are twice as big as they would be on Earth. The only reason that movie made $2 billion is because it looks nice. That's not enough for me. You have to have a good plot and memorable characters and actors I care about. Because if I don't show up. It's that simple. Ant-Man 3 looks amazing because I love the MCU that they're going in a new direction for Phase 5. And we don't need any more waka wakas and stupid twerking and Gen Z dialogue and horribly miscast people from that make a movie twice as long. No, we don't need that this year. Hell no. At least Monte Carlo has real people in it. It's not CGI. I do like that this is a real set. It's a real location. Dune did a lot of CG, but they also did a lot of real locations. Dune Part 1 from 2021. I know you were not a fan of Little Sims because Zendaya's barely in it. She'll be in the second one a lot more. Trust me. Yeah, normally that would annoy me, but she's not Bella Thorne, so I'm like, hey, I'll take what I can get. Plus, this is Molly Ringwald in her prime when she was a young teenage girl, so it's 107. We're almost an hour in, and I didn't feel it at all because I'm so entertained. Ernie Hudson's not in the film that much because he was doing Ghostbusters, so he's basically a supporting role, like a small supporting role. But he's in the film, so that's good. That fills my quota for today. We're trudging through the water. Brain work. She's cute when she says brain work. At least the chat is nice and calm today. Because a couple of weeks ago it was just too much. I don't speak in emoticons, guys. I use emoticons sometimes when I'm on Facebook, but that's in the inbox that nobody can see. Here, anybody can see the chat. Yep, they're drying because they're on a desert planet for pretty much the entire film. Like Dune, that scorching hot sun. I know how it feels like. Broom, broom, broom. You should check out this movie. Yeah, we all need it. At least this summer I don't have to suffocate because I got a new AC that I can use upstairs in the whole in the living room. Because last year I had to use a leaking AC that was old. It was like almost 10 years old when we had it. Like Lando, that the Millennium Falcon was actually his ship, and then Han got it from him. Hmm. Ernie Hudson's great, man. He makes the most of his screen time here. And how are these characters more developed than the three in the Force Awakens? Because they actually talk to each other. They're not like in separate locations, doing their own thing. Yeah, that's why I didn't feel their chemistry. They tried to make us care in Rise of Skywalker, but it was too late. They didn't have the chemistry because they were never on screen together, all three of them. That's why I could watch this over that movie because as much as Molly Ringwald complains, she was a teenager. She was a teen when she did this. The hobo was not a teen. She was in her 20s. You should have known better. You should have known better, and you didn't. That's why I can't stand her. No matter how bad Selena Gomez is in the movie, it's Oscar worthy compared to what the hobo did in Force Awakens. That was life threatening to me, personally. Trying to kill cinema for me. No, you're not. You're done. Nobody remembers you. You cute little girl. You cute, cute, cute thing. Ugh. And Rhonda Ringwald can act. I've seen her movies with John Hughes. A couple of them. I've seen 16 Candles, Breakfast Club, and well, I haven't seen Pretty in Pink. I need to see that one this year. Just I'll wait till March. Those are cool. They're motorcycles with like a hood on them. What's your opinion on Uncle Buck? It's a funny movie. The movie's hilarious. I want to do that podcast for that movie, that and The Great Outdoors by the spring. Since bears are going to come out in the spring, they're going to wake up in a month. Yes, that's right, guys. Once it's spring, the bears wake up from their 3 months of slumber and they walk outside into the forest and just look for some food, some fish to eat. Earther, not earthling or a human. Earther. For the budget they had for this movie, I think they did really well with it. Because there's movies that have 8 times this budget and it looks terrible. It looks like a bad direct-to-video film. Because the CG just it looks unfinished in some of these sci-fi movies nowadays. Not Guardians of the Galaxy or Star Trek or even uh something like Dune. I'm saying like Rogue One and Solo. Some of the effects look bad. Look at Rogue One. Look at the CGI faces of Grand Moff Tarkin and Leia. That looks unfinished. They should have just had actors to fill in for them. We can buy another actor playing a younger version of the actors from Star Wars. They did when we went with Obi-Wan Kenobi. When Ewan McGregor was in The Phantom Menace, they bought him as Obi-Wan. You just compared the hobo to Selena Gomez. Uh, they're around the same age. And they both annoyed me. One annoyed me and the other one was trying to steal something from me. Yeah, a lot of these creatures are creepy. Look at those things. An explosion. Oh, they're loaded with weapons. Yeah, I second that. They got bombs. We're almost done. We got an hour. We're an hour and 3 minutes. We got about 30 minutes left. Less than 30 minutes left. It's a pretty fast paced movie. It doesn't slow to a crawl like movies nowadays where they have to be 2.5 hours and they don't get to the action until the second half. I don't want to wait that long. With Ant-Man, get me into the action within the first 30 minutes and I'll be fine. Do not get me into the quantum realm 90 minutes into the movie because that's not what it was advertised. It's called Quantum Mania for a reason. Everybody hates the hobo. She got attacked on Instagram again because she is poison. She's the poison of cinema. Every time I see that face, my stomach starts going in circles. They copied this in Rise of Skywalker, where all these three do is bicker, and I'm like, that's not what works, and that's not rapport. Here, they have rapport. Again, there's the map painting again. Looks good. It does because it actually looks like it's there. They put some art direction instead of just do it in the computer. Click, 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 and there you go. No, I don't want everything to look like a video game. I want to look like it's actually there. Ivan Reitman used good practical effects mostly in his productions. Yes, there's one laughable effect in Ghostbusters: the hopping dog in New York City. That looks ridiculous. I saw that. I'm like, dogs don't jump in the air like that. They don't hop like a bunny rabbit or a kangaroo or a not a mantis, a locust. They don't do that. Dogs don't go. What the hell was that? That still looks laughable. The dog running, I can handle that, but hopping like a bunny rabbit, it looks ridiculous. I know they didn't have CG, but Syrup papers? People just, some people can't handle the stresses of being, having fame. Because once they get famous and then people attack them for their bad performances, they just crawl up and hide. I don't do that. What you see is what you get. I ain't playing no games. Yeah, that is annoying. Yes. Good. No, it's Death Race. He's trying to kill him with a vehicle. This is more like the Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Reminds me of that, but that came out a few years after this. But the first Mad Max was out around 1979. So. Ooh, yeah. They had to cut the violence, so they. Yes! I'm Daniel Bryan and a Muppet. Yes! Yes! That's what sci-fi movies are missing now. Personality. You need more personality. Not, oh, we're gonna fake an accent or scream. Yes, I want more. Yeah, Michael Ironsides is one of the best actors from Canada, man. Even when he's phoning it in, the guy is still fun to watch. And I just did Starship Troopers a few weeks ago, so he's just fun to watch in almost any role. Another. What are you, Thor? And there's no stupid accent in this movie, thankfully, because every episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, they have a New Zealand accent. I'm like, why? The only ones that are supposed to have that accent is the clones. That's it. Not Omega, not Chuchi, not the freaking Empire. No, it takes me out of the experience. It really does. And I don't. Yeah, I don't get why they all have accents like Taika Waititi. It's laughable. It's laughable. It is. It's laughable. It's the one reason the cartoon's not as good as the Clone Wars cartoon or the Rebels cartoon, because the accents, it takes me out of the show. The animation is still stunning and the action's good, but man, the accents just they hurt. This is kind of like a Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. It came out the same year. That's why this movie didn't stand a chance at being a huge blockbuster, but it got a cult following. This and Crawl. Watch your back. flames. That looks awesome. These effects and this environment, yeah, it's actually there. It's not. Let's do this. Let's make everything in the computer because that's what Disney's been doing for years before, even before they owned Avatar. There's no CGI in this movie, none, and it looks better for it. Ooh, take that. He still looks better than Snoke. I'm sorry. It's a real practical effect. There's not some motion capture suit or a giant CGI hologram. What was that about, J.J. Abrams? What are you trying to feed your ego? You're compensating for something? That's right. Touch her. I do see. Look at those. He has those Doc Ock claws. I know. Me too. The maze. I would love to see Karen in a movie like this. She did a lot of sci-fi. I'm saying like this kind of a film, like Dune. I would have preferred. I would have preferred her as Princess of Rulin instead of Florence. Florence is gonna suck. No matter what you guys say about Dune Part Two, I guarantee you she's gonna suck in the movie. She's gonna do her stupid accent, be boring, and spout out a ton of exposition, just like Virginia Madsen did in the '84 film. That's exactly what's gonna happen. Yeah, I know. This is like an Attack of the Clones. Remember the droid factory? Run, Raleigh, run! Run! That's right, run, girl, run. And they thought the Hunger Games was brutal. That was them fighting each other. This is an obstacle course. That's right, girl, run, run, run. This is like the Chuck E. Cheese or Discovery Zone of in hell. Yeah, you guys have never heard of Discovery Zone? Look it up. I used to go there when I was a kid. Boom! That was a good stunt. Here comes the water and those blades of glory. This is like the droid factory scene in Attack of the Clones. This is like when Jabba drops Luke and the Gamorrean guard into the pit with the where the Rancor is. Except there's no, it's just the Rancor. There's not really a lot of obstacles in there. That's right, girl. See, a girl that's doing the obstacle course without powers. That's how you develop a female character, Kathleen Kennedy. You don't give them superpowered OP anime, God mode. You give them development. Yeah, that they have skills. Not I can just use the force whenever I feel like it. No, Run, girl, run. Uh oh, saw blades. There's that vehicle again. We're an hour and 16 minutes. We're almost done. Whoa. Even Dave and Buster's doesn't have a thing this dangerous. Destiny. Yep, she stopped it. You saw now they're starting to fight for no reason just because she didn't die. Well, she's not a Mary Sue character. Mm-hmm. She made it through again with no help and no superpowers. Yes. Exactly. Just if anything, J.J. Abrams stole from this movie. Him and Ryan Johnson. Opens the door. Mm-hmm. Yep, blowing things up. He disappeared. He's gonna come rescue her. Here comes the final battle. It's like a boss fight in a video game, but it works here because video games were huge in the 80s. Now people just play them at home. Gotcha. Watch it. His hand's still up. Ah. Yep. A tube right in his hand. Still a more fitting way for the villain to die than Snoke. How does Snoke die? He sits on his ass and then the lightsaber goes through him. Whoop, whoopee. This is one of the stupidest ways. Even the Emperor didn't die that stupid in Return of the Jedi. He got thrown into a pit. Run, it's all going up. There's Ernie Hudson. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Score's really good. This was fun to rewatch. I hadn't seen it in years. Put the arrow down here because I'm going to be finished with the podcast soon. In a few minutes. Yep, everything's blowing up, like kind of like the Empire, the second Death Star, but it's different. It's underground, not in space, because the whole film is on a desert planet, like Dune. It's well done. I like this movie. I think it's fun. I would recommend it to all of you guys. You can stream it, I think, on Tubi or many other places, because it's worth your time. And that's it. The movie's almost over. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's so cute. Yeah, Sophie Lillis is now she's doing a genre film. I'm glad she's doing another franchise. She's doing Dungeons and Dragons. I hope it turns out well because that would be good for her career. Because her last hit was It Chapter Two. She was in a flashback, but a lot of people said she was great in It Chapter One. So I'm like, yeah, I want to see it. She's 21 now, guys. She's legal. He does look like Dash Rendar. That's probably where the Lucas got the or the Lucas Art got the idea for Dash Rendar. They probably saw this movie because this came out before Shadows of the Empire. He's petting her. It's a good ending. See, it ends. It doesn't do a sequel bait ending. It's fine. They go into space and the movie's over. That was a lot of fun, guys. I'm glad I did this. How long is this movie? An hour and 26 minutes. That's the end. That's a lot of fun. See, still better than any Star Wars movie that's come out since the prequels. That's for damn sure. So that was the Spacehunter Adventures in the Forbidden Zone. Still a lot of fun to watch. I would recommend it to all of you guys that if you're sci-fi fans, you're going to enjoy this movie. It's a low budget, but it would set up movies later on that would be more successful, like the Star Trek movies and Guardians of the Galaxy and the new Dune movie, which is going to come out later this year. So I miss movies like this. Practical effects, good cast, short and sweet, not 2.5 hours. You don't always need that running time. Sometimes you just got to go in and out 90 minutes or less and get it done. And this is one of those films. So thanks for watching. Definitely watch this if you can. See you in the next one tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Take it easy, guys. End.